Well, let's get to our next guest. Australian investors will be offered new avenues to invest in unlisted vehicles, with FinClear launching a new digital facility, FCX. Now, the facility will make it easier for growing companies to raise capital and reduce the pressure on listing too early in public markets. To take us through the opportunity, it's Chief Executive David Ferrall joining us here in the studio. David, thanks for joining us here on ausbiz. Really interesting concept. How did it come about? Because it's something that's unique to this country, at least.
Yeah, pleasure, David. Thanks for having me. Look, it just came about through demand. We're a growing company. We've been going for about 7 years or so now. We have strong VC, private investors, investors in our business. And everyone kept telling us that there needed to be a solution for private companies in Australia.
So give us the other nuts and bolts, how it works in practicality. So who does it suit as in terms of a company, and the type of investors as well that is also suited to?
Yeah, early stage investors or early stage companies, obviously pre-listing, and sophisticated 708 investors, so it's not a retail platform. But it really starts with the registry, a digital registry. That's the first phase of our delivery. So as of today, FinClear shares, so our shares sit on our register,
okay.
And that's on a DLT or a blockchain solution, which we think is the most efficient technology solution at the moment.
I'm pretty certain I know what the answer is going to be, but the advantages that you have over existing mechanisms to go and raise equity if you're an early stage company, what can you go and throw to those companies and say, this is why you should come with us?
It's just simplification of the process, and we've seen that ourselves. There are too many touch points, it's a complicated process, companies don't know where to go to. We're just providing a centralised solution for that.
So in terms of settlement, what are we looking at when it comes to liquidity and the like? Because people want to go and have that certainty that they'll be able to go and get their money out if they need to. What can you go and tell them about that?
Yeah, look, absolutely. One of the key points is that this is our expertise. It goes to our DNA. So FinClear underpins large parts of listed markets. We sit on 130 billion of securities. We're highly trusted. We're highly regulated. It's what we do every day. We're just extending that into the unlisted markets, applying it via technology, via a DLT solution, and providing atomic same-day settlement. So you're dealing with a trusted and well-known counterpart in this space.
Distributed ledger technology, does that mean we'll get same-day settlement as well?
Absolutely, yeah, that's what it's all about, one of the efficiencies. We've been talking about this for a while. Part of the inefficiencies of listed markets are just the T+2 settlement and what that means, and then all the wagon wheel of service providers that hang off that. And so really what we're doing is democratising this, simplifying the infrastructure.
Security, how does that go and stack up versus other alternatives out there at the moment?
Look, it sits on a closed ecosystem, so this is not a DeFi peer-to-peer solution. It's a closed ecosystem. It's hosted within the ASX environment. It's hosted on our own DLT in a very secure infrastructure.
How close are you to actually going and opening the doors to sophisticated investors and allowing the opportunity to go and find these new age companies that are looking to go and raise equity?
Yeah, look, we're open today. I mean,
yep.
My company, FinClear, our company is on register today. We deliver capital raising tools later this month and over the next month or two. And then early next year, we anticipate a fully licensed liquidity venue. So we're opening up as of today for investors to come in on our register and look at their shares, and over time, as more companies come on platform, we hope to see more investors come in.
Where do you want to take FCX moving forward? Is there anything that's similar abroad at the moment? Or is it just going to be Australia is going to be like the central location that you're focused on? Because it sounds like a really interesting concept, but I'm sure there's others that have come up with similar things elsewhere.
Yeah, look, yes, you're right. We're very focused on the Australian opportunity because we know there's a demand here in Australia. There are companies offshore like us, Carter in the US for instance, but they're not using this sort of technology. They're using what we call older heritage technology. They're not taking advantage of the DLT and smart contracts, and so that same-day atomic settlement capability. So ultimately, we think we can take this offshore. We think there's an international opportunity for us.
David Ferrall from FinClear, thank you so much for joining us here on the program. Look forward to following the journey, a very exciting prospect there.
Been an absolute pleasure. Thanks for having me.